Hi everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. Today we are at Orr Acura in Shreveport, Louisiana, and this is the 2023 Acura RDX A-Spec Advance. I promise I'm not going to repeat that multiple times throughout the video, not only because it would be annoying, but because that's just too much to say. We're going to answer the question, do you get the right features for a sticker price of $57,544. And if you're saying to yourself that price is marked up, well, that's true, it is. And there are some additions that bring that markup, including window tint. The appearance package, there are splash guards. You also have the all-weather floor mats that are added as well. That price also includes the installation of a trunk tray, the paint protection that is on the exterior color of the vehicle, obviously, and when you see the green cap right here, that means you have nitrogen-filled tires. You do have a very comfortable and roomy interior, a roomy cargo area, great handling and steering, as well as a large amount of technology that's available for less money than most competitors. Taking a look from this perspective, you can definitely see that the exterior of the RDX is best described three ways: sporty, luxurious, and actually somewhat racy looking. It has a very nice look to it, that's for sure. And as we take a look at the front, we see the diamond pentagon grille with that Acura logo right in the center. It looks like everything is in motion. Whether it's flowing away or flowing towards that logo, everybody has their varying views on that depending on your perspective. We do have the jewel eye LED headlights, the LED daytime running lights, and down here on the lower portion of the bumper, we will find the LED fog lights. You're also going to have the air curtain right here that allows air to flow through the front end to improve aerodynamics, helping out with gas mileage. That's for sure. This is where it's going to come out right here. So for anyone who says that's not actually an air curtain, well, I just proved you wrong. There's people that I call correction Nazis who watch these videos for nothing more than to correct other people. Yes, it's okay to laugh. Here is the remote. You will see that you have a remote start, engine hold right there. That's what that is. So if you're curious and saying, well, I don't see remote start, just a different name with Acura. The A-Spec logo proudly and prominently displayed here on the fender. We're going to have that obviously on both sides. And the power adjustable side view mirrors that have turn signal indicators built in. A nice roof line. Everything, again, has that sporty, racy, but still luxurious look. We're going to have the nice roof spoiler here to finish things off. The rear window wiper. And the LED taillights back here. You'll also find dual exhaust and a small rear diffuser. A very nice look overall with the exterior. This RDX is all-wheel drive. Speaking of wheels, let's talk about tire and wheel size. We're looking at 255 on the width, 45 on the sidewall size, wrapped around the 20-inch wheels. And I wanted to show one more thing here with these side view mirrors. They are not only heated, they're also power folding side view mirrors. And so when you lock the interior, they fold in. When you unlock the interior, they fold out. And while these side view mirrors are heated, you will also find a heated windshield. Depending on where you live, that could have tremendous benefit. It depends on the time of the year. Here in Northwest Louisiana, it's going to be a little while before we can take advantage of that. Under the hood is the 2-liter direct injection turbocharged 4-cylinder. It puts out 272 horsepower. The torque numbers come in at 270. It is mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission. And let's take a look at those MPGs. One advantage to this not being a really large motor, it's not going to drink a lot of gas. 21 city, 26 highway, 23 miles per gallon combined. And Acura says you should use 4.3 gallons of gas per every 100 miles you drive. You have a 17.1 gallon gas tank with capless fuel fill. Now, for security purposes, you might wonder, can anybody just open your gas tank? I'll lock the vehicle, and you can see that I can no longer open that. We'll unlock the vehicle and it opens. So whenever you lock the vehicle, you are also locking the gas door. And while I let the rear door open, which by the way does have a hands-free option, as you can see, you're just going to either kick under the bumper right there or wave your foot. 29.5 up to 58.9 cubic feet. And if you walk up to the rear door and say, that is just way too high for me, well, you can lower the door down just like this, and you hold the button to reset the height. Just listen for the beeps. So I'm going to close the rear door. That way you don't have to go looking around trying to figure out how to do that if it's something you need to do. It's not on the infotainment screen. There's not a button within the interior. Now you know right where that is and you know how to deal with it. So depending on your situation, I've raised it all the way up now. You can see what happens. And if you would like to maximize cargo capacity, good news. You don't have to go to the rear seats to do that. You will have to make sure that the front seats are far enough forward to be able to have those seats fold all the way down. You have a little bit of extra space right here to the left and underneath the floor right here. A lot of space down there actually, so that is very useful. You also have a 12-volt power outlet right here to take advantage of. And here is a great view of the panoramic sunroof. And now we will take a closer look into the red interior. A very nice contrast between the red and the black that we have here. Nice soft touch materials, comfortable armrests, a good bit of room within the door bin. And as you can see, again, that nice red and black contrast works its way all the way through the interior. A very nice, racy, sporty, and luxurious look. Hey, it sounds familiar, doesn't it? Just like the exterior of the vehicle. Going to have the rear air conditioning vents back here with the USB connectivity. You also have the heated seats in the rear as well. So for those of you who have little ones maybe in car seats or whatever the case is, even the adults, it'll be easier to keep everything nice and cool during the summer or warm during the winter with the addition of these rear air conditioning vents. And for those of you who are curious, here is what it looks like from this vantage point with the panoramic sunroof. There is a power shade, this is what it is right here, that does come forward if you want to conceal that away and maybe keep it a little bit cooler during the summer here in the interior with the sun coming through. And yes, that front portion does tilt open. It also slides open. And we'll take a look in through the passenger side front door now with the a little bit larger armrest right here, a little bit larger door. Still just as comfortable, plenty of space in the door bin. We're going to have the A-Spec logo here on the door sill, as well as the power adjustable seats. A little bit of Alcantara and the contrast stitching, as you can see right there, the red contrast stitching. A nice large glove box right here, plenty of space within. And taking a look here with what we have, you can conceal everything away right here if you want to, or gain access to the cup holders. A little bit of space right here with a USB option. Quite a bit going on here throughout the interior. And then we'll take a look into the center console. A good bit of space down in there, that's for sure. And everything for controlling the shade and the sunroof found here on the upper console. And everything you're likely expecting here on the driver's side door, controls for the windows, locks, and those power heated, power folding, power adjustable side view mirrors. Now you will have two settings for seat memory here. I believe that should also be on the passenger side as well. We're going to have the safety features, a few of those right here, as you can see, with traction control, among other things. If you drop the lever right here, then you can adjust the tilt and telescopically adjustable steering wheel. And we'll hop on inside here and hit the button to start everything up. Now, if it gets kind of noisy in here, that's because I think we're about to get rained on. I'm gonna try and hide away those dark clouds right there in hopes that maybe it won't rain. Okay, I know it doesn't really work that way, but as you can see, here is the advantage of it kind of darkening up right now, is that you can see the nice dashboard right here, a nice modern look, that's for sure. And you also have the heads-up display, or head-up display as some people like to call it. Very nice and very bright. Also, we talked about the heated windshield, the heated power door mirrors. You also have a heated steering wheel, something else we don't need today, but it is here. I like the size of the shifter paddles, nice and large, easy to gain access to. Depending on the driving mode that you are in, you can use those and have a good time driving down the road, working your way back and forth through the 10-speed automatic transmission. Now here is your drive mode selector. Let's take a look at what our driving modes are. There is sport mode. You can see the graphics that go along with that. We have our normal mode. You also have comfort, and as you can see up there, we have snow mode as well. So a lot going on there. Now, I know a lot of people may not like this feature, but I promise once you get used to it, it's not a big deal. And it's the fact that right here is your touchpad. That is what you're going to use to work your way around on the screen right here. It's not actually a touch screen, but don't let that steer you away from the RDX. Not difficult to get used to, at least not in my personal opinion. You're going to have your built-in navigation here, as you can see, also Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Quite a few features here depending on your situation and what you need to do. We also can go into reverse and see our rear view camera view here. As far as everything goes, you can see that you even have the overhead view right there. It makes everything very simple, very easy to work with. I do like that feature. The fact that these are very nice, and well, it doesn't look as bright as it is, but today it's a little different because of the fact that, well, it's a little bit dark outside. If it was a little bit lighter, that would look better. Like I say, easy to use. And the reason why it's not a touchscreen, if I was driving down the road and needed to use the touchscreen, my arms aren't exactly short at 5'10". I can't reach that without leaning away for it. And you really don't need to be doing that while you're driving. Maybe when the RDX is fully redesigned, we'll see some changes where that is concerned. And here's really good news. Again, heated seats, but also ventilated seats. With your dual zone climate control, really 3 zones of climate because you have the front and the rear. And a very simple system to work with here. It is a push button shifter, but once again, simple to use, not a big deal. Some people like it, some people don't. It just depends on who you are and what your situation is. Tell me what you think about that. And if you're wondering about a wireless charging pad and additional connectivity options, there is your wireless charging pad in the pass-through. You also have the 12-volt and the USB. I promise we're about to get out on the test drive, but I did want to give you a little bit of a sampling of the ambient lighting. And obviously there are changes you can make, but just so you can see what's here and see what things look like after dark, there are the headlights. I know that's not the perfect situation, but just to kind of show you how things look, I thought I'd take full advantage of the availability of a little bit darker atmosphere. Okay, now you might want to shield your eyes. Let me see if I can help out a little bit because we're about to go back to a brighter scene. All right, I promised we'd get out on the road quickly for our test drive, and here we are. So if you're wondering, is the horsepower rating with this RDX enough? I'll tell you what, you need to drive one to find out for yourself, because I think you might be in for a surprise. Even though it's not making even 300 horsepower, with that 10-speed automatic transmission when you need to get around somebody, let's just get around this work truck real quick. Don't want to go too fast, but you can see that I had absolutely no trouble getting down the road and doing what I needed to do in the respect of getting around another vehicle. Didn't necessarily have to do that, but for demonstration purposes, it worked out quite well. So no problem here as far as the overall experience of acceleration, but you also have a nice, comfortable ride. And as I said earlier in the video, the handling and the steering work so well together. It really gives you that very sporty feel. It really feels like a higher end, high performance SUV than what it really is. A lot of fun to drive, easy to see out of. Of course, you have all those great safety features you likely expect from Acura. And don't let the fact that there's not a touchscreen here scare you off. Once you get used to that trackpad down there that I showed you earlier, it's very easy to use. No big deal, nothing to worry about. A very simple system. A very enjoyable vehicle to drive. A comfortable ride quality in addition to the fact that you have great handling capabilities here. So the RDX definitely has a lot going for it. Now, when the day comes that the RDX is fully redesigned, what do you want to see Acura change, or maybe add, or maybe leave the same? I'm curious to know. So tell me what you think. Do you get the right features for a sticker price with the 2023 Acura RDX A-Spec Advance? Yes, I said I was only going to say that maybe twice in the video. We're going to stick with that. For a sticker price of $57,544. Yeah, there is a little bit of an increase to that. I showed you why, told you why, as far as the additions that Orr Acura added to this model. So tell me what you think. And one more thing, a little bonus for those of you who made it to this point in the video. If you live in or around Shreveport, Louisiana, Northwest Louisiana, and you plan to come to Orr Acura, maybe to take a look at this particular RDX or maybe another model, mention that you watched the video on that vehicle. It has to be a new vehicle. This doesn't apply to used, but to new, you can get the Vehicle Visionary discount. All you have to do is tell whoever the salesman is that you talked to that you saw the video for that vehicle on the Vehicle Visionary YouTube channel, and you will get $500 off. Gotta say a special thanks to my friends here at Orr Acura for loaning me this RDX for the day, and a special thanks to each and every one of you for giving me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, and if you would like to watch more videos on other vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I will see you there.